Alright, spicy decks of the week. These are actually from a couple weeks ago. We'll be doing one next week with all the decks from the KC Cup that deserve to fit in this category. But jumping straight off, we have a second place deck from the Duel Links Meta Freakly. This is a Dino deck. The core strategy here is the same as what we've seen in the past from Dinosaur decks, but what's different is that we've cut it to 20 cards. We've cut the Paleozoic cards, we've cut the Block Dragon, the extra normal monsters, and just try to keep the deck as thin as possible. That way we can more consistently draw into the dinos we need and mill off our Survival's End and get into our combo plays. The other big thing that we've seen from Dinosaur decks lately is also moving to Labyrinth Builder as the new skill of choice. Now, this does two things for us. Number one, we get a normal monster on the board at any time that we want one, right? The other thing, which we know allows us to trigger our Survival's End card. But the other thing, too, is that a huge problem dinos have is milling too many of their dinosaur monsters or drawing into too many of them. You want to keep your baby Ceresaurus and your Tyranno Infinities mostly in the deck. So if you draw too many of them, Labyrinth Builder gives you the opportunity to shuffle them back into your deck, allowing you to go into your combo play. So really powerful there, but digging into the deck list, we have 3 Miscellaneousaurs, 1 Giant Rex, 3 Ride and Hand of the Light Sword, you can easily cut this to 2, 3 Tyranno Infinity, another card you can easily cut to 2, 3 Baby Ceresaurus, 1 Twin-Headed King Rex. This should probably be the 2000 attack point dinosaur, but it's a super rare out of an old box, so Twin-Headed King Rex is a good replacement, easy replacement to go for. We have 1 Fossil Dig, 2 Charge of Light Brigade, and 3 Survival's End. You can play with, again, some of these ratios a bit, or even bump it up to 21 or 22 cards. You can also put in a couple of Paleozoic Morels if you want to more consistently send your Survivals into the graveyard as well. So there's definitely some things you can do there. Going into the extra deck, we have 1 Scrap Dragon. This is really nice with Baby Ceresaurus. Being able to blow up your own monster and an opponent's monster, and then special summon a dinosaur from your deck is a really powerful play. We also have the 1 Giganticastle in here. This could be a Vermilion Dragon mech, I believe. We also have 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Malevolent Sin, 1 Steelstorm Roach, 1 Diamond Dire Wolf, and 1 number 18 Heraldry Patriarch, giving us a full access to the entire rank 4 toolbox in this deck, which is just really nice. Alright, moving on, we have a Magispector deck. Now, this is a deck that I think a lot of people, myself included, have kind of overlooked. Since it's come out in Duel Links, some of its more powerful cards, or definitely its most powerful cards, are not available to us here in Duel Links. I mean, one of them is banned in a TCG, right? And we definitely don't have access to that right now here in this game. But despite that, we do have some really cool cards in the archetype available to us. We do have the Raccoon Bungbuku. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing these names right, but we'll just call it the Raccoon. Normal or special summon this card, you get to add a Majespecter monster from your deck to hand. And then the Fox here is sort of the trap counterpart. Normal or special summon this card, you get to add a Majespecter trap card from your deck to hand. So you very easily get a lot of advantage, card advantage, by using the Majespecters, constantly being able to add stuff from your deck to hand, which gives you plenty of discard fodder for things like Raigeki Break and Karma Cut. Getting into the deck list, we'll start off, we have our Destiny Draw as the skill. Of course, it's just sort of the go-to generic skill if your deck doesn't have one for your specific archetype, right? We also have 2 Blue Dragon Summoner. When this is into the graveyard, you can actually add one of your Dragon or Warrior Spellcaster normal monster from your deck to hand. So Magicalibra is going to be the thing that we're adding to hand here. This is not just a Pendulum monster, but it's also a tuner monster. So you can go into various Synchro plays and also XYZ plays with it by summoning it, and then being able to adjust the levels of all the monsters on your board to go into whatever play you need to. We also have 3 Battling Boxer Veil, which goes nicely with the Destiny Draw, 3 of the Raccoon, 3 of the Majespecter Fox Kyubi. We also have 2 Magicalibra, 1 Lightning Vortex, 2 Majespecter Cyclone. This is a quick play spell that will let you tribute a wind spellcasting monster and then blow up a card on your opponent's side of the field. And of course we can do it on your opponent's turn since it's a quick play spell. We also have 2 of the field spell, Majesty's Pegasus. This gives an attack and defense boost to all your Majespecter monsters, and also lets you special summon Majespecter monsters out of your deck as well. 2 Raigeki Break, 2 Karma Cuts, and then 2 Majespecter Gusts to close out the deck. This is going to let you special summon Majespecter monsters out of your Pendulum Zone. But again, it's easily something you can search out with your Majespecter Fox, and if need to be, can discard it for your discard trap cards. Getting into the extra deck, we have 1 Scrap Dragon, 1 Fortune Lady Every, 1 Psy-Frame Lord Zeta, 1 Super Heavy Samurai Stealth Ninja, 1 number 47 Nightmare Shark. As you can see, we have these cards that let you attack your opponent directly, try to squeeze out those last few life points and finish off your opponent. We have the 1 Malevolent Sin and the 1 Diamond Dire Wolf in here. Closing out the extra deck, so yeah, just quite a few things here to try to steal the win between the Malevolent Sins, the Sharks, and the Super Heavy Samurai monsters, but Magispector is pretty cool to see them having some success in this game, despite the fact that they're missing some of their most powerful cards. Alright, another spicy win streak deck from the week. Oh my goodness, this is a Parasite Infestation Stromberg deck, and it can actually consistently get the Parasite Infestation to trigger. So you just need to have 4 or more insect monsters in your deck with different name to trigger this. So to do that, we have the Confronting the Sea, Retaliating Sea, a whole bunch of different things in here. And with that, your opponent's going to have that, parasite monster in their deck, and when it draws to their board, it's going to do terrible, nasty things. But there's another little trick card we have in here, in the Jade Insect Whistle. When your opponent, you can select one, okay, let me just read the card. Your opponent selects one insect monster from their deck, and after shuffling the deck, they place it at the top of their deck. So you can literally just force them to put the parasite, as long as they're not using any other insects in their deck, and not many decks are. In fact, no real decks are using any insects in them. You can automatically just force them to put their parasite monster on top of the deck and get it out very quickly, very easily, very consistently. I've never seen a deck that has that as consistently can get out the parasite card and skill to trigger. It's absolutely nuts. So really cool to see, and of course Stromberg itself does have some nice stuff it can do within the strategy on its own. So digging straight in, we have 2 Lava Golem, great for stalling out. We have 1 Glow Bulb. We have 3 Block Dragon in here. We actually have a lot of Earths because the all the insects we're using are Earth type monsters, so that goes very well with the Block Dragon. 1 Confronting the Sea. We have 3 Glyph, the Phantom Bird, 1 Retaliating Sea, 1 Iron Hans, 1 Resonance Insect, 1 Iron Knight, 1 Elemental Hero Neos, and 1 Insect Knight, which concludes or fills out the 4 insect monsters for the skill requirement. We have 1 Monster Reborn, 2 Cosmic Cyclone, 2 Neos Fusion, 3 Golden Castle of Stromberg, and then the 2 Jade Insect Whistle, which is of course going to put their parasite monster on top of their deck, which is just so terrifying to see. Alright, in the extra deck, we have the 1 Elemental Hero Brave Neos, 1 Cyber / Harpy Lady, 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Malevolent Sin, 1 Steel Storm Roach, 1 Photon Papal Operative, 1 number 18 Heraldry Patriarch, and I just have to laugh because I just seen the comment section on this. I'll post the links to all these videos or the deck list in the description, but you need to explain yourself. Someone posted about this. Yeah, this is a pretty wild deck to say the least. Alright, next up we have Traptrix. Now, Traptrix are another deck that is missing pretty much all of its best cards, right? We have a lot of the Trap Hole cards, surprisingly, Floodgate, Bottomless, and all that. But we are missing a couple things like Traptrix. We are also missing, what's the other trap card? The Gravedigger's Trap Hole card. Of course, we're missing all their XYZ monsters. We're also missing Mermelio. We're missing so many things from their deck. But nonetheless, we do have 2 monsters. We have the Atrax, which is going to let you activate your Trap Hole cards from your hand, and then we have the Dionea, which is going to, of course, be the sort of the Wolf Bark revive your Traptrix monsters from the graveyard and your Blackwing Blizzard of the deck, right? We also have Chain Reaction as our skill here. The Odeon skill, taking away our opponent's life points every time we activate a trap card, going to help us, tick away at our opponent's life points, go for those wins, because this deck definitely needs every little bit of damage that it can deal to finish off your opponent's life points. So, digging straight into the deck, we have 3 of the Traptrix Atrax and 3 of the Traptrix Dionea. We also have 1 Monster Reborn. Again, we need any little push we can get to try to finish off our opponents, and Monster Reborn can definitely help us get that by bringing some powerful stuff out of our opponent's graveyard to swing with. We also have 2 Herald of the Abyss to deal with really problematic threats, 3 Bottomless Trap Hole, 3-Dimensional Prison, 3 Floodgate Trap Hole, and 2 Void Trap Hole. So plenty of Trap Hole cards in our deck that we can activate from our hands through the Atrax effect, basically making it so our opponent can't just use easy anti-back row removal, MSTs and Cosmics to break through. There's not much way to stop them from hand. They have to have other negates to try to survive just the onslaught. The onslaught of trap cards that this deck can bring on. Going into the extra deck, we have 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Gagaga Cowboy, help burn your opponents out and a little bit of damage you need, 1 Utopia, 2 Malevolent Sin to try to continue. Again, you need every last little bit of damage you can get with this deck. And being able to go into Malevolent Sin, try to swing for that 24 damage can be huge, going along with the Chain Reaction and the Cowboy. We also have 1 Diamond Dire Wolf and the 1 number 18 Heraldry Patriarch. Yeah, this deck looks really cool. It kind of reminds me of that, that Trickstar deck a little while back that I featured. I'm going to be doing a full deck profile on at some point. So, yeah, I love Traptrix. Looking forward to them getting more support in the game. But in the meantime, yeah, they're actually still can do a little bit. So, anyways, that concludes the spicy decks of the week from this week. Going to continue to do these every week, despite the fact that there's not as many of spicy decks out there. Just not as many people playing Duel Links now with Master Duel out. But we're going to keep producing content for this game and continue to play it ourselves. So, anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. Let me know in the comment section any of these decks that you would like to see me do a full deck profile on. Again, going to be doing one on the Dino Deck here in the next few days. If there's any other ones you'd like to see me do, let me know, and we'll try to get to those ones as well. But thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of the day.